Please remain seated, and while we start, we'd like to call out for the owner of
songs on the shelf for my nigga. Stop drinking, babe. The girl I done there hits me for leaving. It's like the indica, it is sativa. Anytime that I smoke, this girl's been looking like wife materials. Is it this or that? If I see it, I find how I feel inside. I will let you know I am super high. I can feel my eyes. They say love is blind, but I can't see you. Oh yeah, the pantas, 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 the pantas. Holy Ghost fire, holy supernatural, holy was my confidence. Holy, my cocaine, holy, my heart desire, holy, give me happiness. I know they tire, 'cause you give me ginger. Holy, you're my true lover, my mommy water, give me happiness. Holy Ghost fire, supernatural, boost my confidence. My cocaine, my heart desire, give me happiness. I know they tire, 'cause you give me ginger for the time. You're my true lover, my mommy water, give me happiness. Oh yeah, the pantas, 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 the pantas. Holy Ghost fire, supernatural, boost my confidence. My cocaine, my heart desire, give me love. Boozer, boozer, boozer.
Okay, to the left, back to the right, now lean back. You know the vibes, dope nation. What be your price? Yesterday price, no be today price. Hey, to the left, back to the right, now lean back. You know the vibes, dope nation. What be your price? Yesterday price, no be...
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready like we are ready, please stay glued to your seat as we begin with the opening ceremony for what promises to be an exciting Super Volleyball Championship with its 4th edition. But right now, I'm leaving you in the capable hands of our DJ as he brings us some soothing music just before we begin with the opening ceremony.
I know fit fast, I know fit do
So you're welcome here to the Borteyman Sports Complex, where obviously we're bringing you the SAC Super Volleyball Championship, the 2025 edition. We did tell you we're bringing it to you live in your various homes, and it's here. Today is the opening ceremony. The first game has already ended. It was between the women. It was Army that took on Air Force. And today we told you we're bringing you, after the opening ceremony, there's going to be that game between the Army men and the Air Force men as well. I've got here with me my co-presenter, Sports Atom, who's going to be doing this with me here. So the opening ceremony is just about starting. My name is GHOne Champong, and we did tell you we've been counting down, and today is the D-Day. Thanks for joining us in your various homes and wherever you're watching us. This is GHOne TV. And we're bringing you live the games here at the Borteyman Sports Complex at home.
I think today is the day everybody's looking at for, since we had a lot of countdown on this, and today we have it. Of course, we've witnessed the first game between the women, and it was very nice. And I think it's going to be interesting the next game. After the opening ceremony, then move to that. And I'm really particular about this because most of the teams sort of feel like a revenge what they couldn't do in the league and also in Tour the Accra, so they need to come in to do something really good, and I'm expecting something really good looking at the teams. And even with the first game, Ghana Army, between Ghana Army and Air Force, where Ghana Air Force managed to lose to Ghana Army by 3-1. So I'm foreseeing some interesting games, and of course we are going to witness one of the nicest games I've ever dreamed of in volleyball.
Exactly, witnessing one of the greatest games ever he's dreamt of in volleyball. But importantly also, let's run by you the games that are coming up. Remember, in Pool A, for the men, we've got Ghana Army, AS Douanis from Burkina Faso, as well as WAC Wings and Ghana Air Force. And so Ghana Air Force is playing Ghana Army in the opening game. That is what is coming up in Pool A. And in Pool B also, we've got Ghana Police, Nigeria Customs, as well as All Stars from Benin and the Ghana Navy. So these are the teams playing currently today also, for your information. So the teams that are going to be playing this afternoon here, we've seen the men already in Pool A. When we were doing the draw, they were telling us that the pool of blood, or the Pool B, describes as the pool of the blood, or I mean, you want to say is a pool of death, or the group of death, if it's anything to go by. I don't know how you followed these teams, but Ghana Army, Ghana Navy, Air Force, how do you think the game is going to go?
To reckon with, they always want to a sort of rivalry between them, and when the draw came up, conversation around it seems that both of them are really prepared. And as I said, this is the pool of death that they are hoping that something good comes out. And Joel, look at these teams have played it all. Let's take, for example, even with the Ghana Air Force and the Army, some lost back to back, and well, they feel that this time they need to sort of get a revenge over what they had in the league. So that is a pool of death, or let's say pool of blood is called. But interesting games over there. And one thing about Ghana Army, they had a slow patch in the league, but of course they managed to go through. That is the men, but the women couldn't grab the title, where Scalibi managed to win. So Joel, interesting pairing, and I feel that whoever takes his chances in maybe in the first two games will go through this pool.
So it is the 2025 SAC Super Volleyball Championship here inside Borteyman Sports Complex, and we're bringing you that game live. We're going to start the opening ceremony pretty shortly. For your information, it is happening, and we're going to have the Sports Minister for Recreation, for Sports and Recreation. He's also going to be here. A lot of dignitaries are going to be here, and as we're here live to you, we're handing over right now for the opening ceremony.
Of the 4th edition of the Super Volleyball Championship. So if you have some people in the house, please put your hands together for yourselves. That's right. My name is Bobby Otis, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to do the opening ceremony with you. Just before I go ahead to introduce some dignitaries we have in the house. Now, you know the mantra or the slogan when I say SVC. Just in case you are new here, when I say SVC, I want to hear you say, "Feel the spike." And this is to you viewers at home as well. When I say SVC, what do you say? That was a good rehearsal. We'll do it one more time. When I say SVC, what do you say? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we set the tone right here for the 4th edition of the Super Volleyball Championship. And we'd like to welcome you to the visiting countries to Ghana. Welcome to our motherland, Ghana, as we enjoy the entirety of this volleyball championship. Now, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of a few dignitaries in the house. Please, with a round of applause, if you hear the name, help me celebrate. Brigadier General Kwabia Williams, Director of Operations and Training. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And let us keep it going for Colonel Agbo Adu, Chief G7. Also for Mr. Bernard Mona, President of Calibi VC. Please, a round of applause for my boss and my big brother, Dr. Austin Lugutera, Director at the University of Ghana Sport and Wellness Directorate. Also for COP, Mr. Idi Seidu, Police Director of Welfare. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. For Mr. Idris Subawa, National Team Manager, Ghana Volleyball and Chairman of Beach Volleyball Association. A round of applause for him. Let us keep it going for the General Manager of EIB Network, Nanaya Sewa. And last but not the least, the President of Ghana Badminton Federation in the person of Mr. Evans Yaboa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, celebrate yourself because you are here for the 4th edition of the SVC. So just like you might know, we are not only here for a championship for Ghanaians. We have foreigners here with us, and this spans all the participating teams for the 4th edition this year. So now, with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a spectator or a fan, please appreciate the team when their name is mentioned. But if you are a team, give me a wide wave when I mention your name. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Ghana Army in the house. Ghana Air Force. Ghana Police. Ghana Immigration. Ghana Prisons. Calibi VC. Elwak Wings. And now, the country that wants to beat Ghana so bad in the Jollof competition, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Nigeria, let us hear it for Nigeria Customs. And finally, from our Francophone nation brothers, the All-Stars from Benin. Ladies and gentlemen, this wouldn't have been made possible without the thinking time and the minds of some wonderful team working around the clock to bring you this 4th edition. Now, in no time, I'll have up here the Chief Executive Officer. But please, so I think the Navy side wants to be acknowledged twice. So one more time, everybody in the house and watching us live, let us hear it for Ghana Navy. Please help me welcome an executive member of the Ghana Volleyball Federation and the CEO of Kratos, the organizers of the Super Volleyball Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, help me welcome Mr. Mohamed Abutua.
SVC. I think I would rather make it very short. But before I begin, I will say this. This is volleyball. Please give a round of applause for yourself. I want to start by saying that if volleyball was very easy, then we would have called it football. All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished teams, officials, partners, and fans, welcome to the Super Volleyball Championship 2025 edition. Today we gather not just to compete, but to celebrate passion, teamwork, and the spirit that continues to drive volleyball forward in Ghana. SVC has grown into a platform where talent meets opportunity and where every serve, spike, save tells a story of dedication. To our athletes, you are the heartbeat of this championship, and I want you to give yourself a round of applause. To our coaches and officials, thank you for your commitment. Please, a round of applause for them also. To our sponsors, SAC, and our partners, the EIB Network, your support makes this dream possible. And to our fans, your energy lights up this arena. As we open this year's championship, let's embrace fair play, unity, and excellence. May this tournament inspire the next generation and strengthen the future of our sport in Ghana and West Africa. Thank you for having me, and may God bless Ghana Volleyball.
So ladies and gentlemen, those were the rightful words of the team lead for the organizing body of the SVC. Now, I can understand if you shouted for him because he is the president. I introduced all the teams, I introduced our dignitaries, and you celebrated yourself. I don't think you guys celebrated me well enough. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for me. Now, just because I did it twice for Ghana Navy, a round of applause for the MC, Mr. Otis. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how we welcome you to the 4th edition of the SVC. Now we go over to the DJ to play the official song for this year's championship. But just before he does that, one more time, SVC! Over to Mr. DJ.
Grace, grace, I see your grace. Pouring on my life. Thank God for his grace. Steady on the ride. Blessing me for days. No use me play. My life is great. I am ready. Blessings pouring. Blessings falling. Like rain, 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 go away. God can't let me down, he carry me high. Yeah. God can't let me down, he carry me high. I don't wanna waste no time, I don't wanna waste no time. When the clouds getting ready, he gon' cover me like a canopy, canopy, canopy. I don't wanna waste no time. When the clouds getting ready, he gon' cover me like a canopy, canopy. On my knees and my ones, see them meet them by your rules. I don't get any fear cause I know I
Thank you very much, Mr. DJ. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are live on GHOne television and also live on the YouTube channel SVC, All Super Volleyball Championship. We also have here with us some students from the Frafraha Community School. A round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. And also a round of applause for students from West Africa Senior High School. Now we'll go ahead and take a few opening remarks, and to start the ball will be the GM or General Manager of EIB Network. Ladies and gentlemen, even the ladies, do it better for Madame Nanaya Sapon.
I will stand on all previously observed protocols. Distinguished guests, honored officials, athletes, coaches, sponsors, partners, and cherished supporters. Happy Sunday to you all. It is indeed an absolute pleasure and a privilege to stand here on behalf of the EIB Network as we celebrate the spirit of teamwork, talent, discipline, and sportsmanship at this year's Super Volleyball Championship. EIB Network has 10 stations, 10 media platforms. We have 2 TV stations, that is GHOne TV and GHOne TV. We have 7 radio stations, Star FM and Kasapa FM in Accra, Ebusia FM and Ultimate FM in Kumasi, Empire FM and Radio 360 in Takrade, and also in Koforidi and the Eastern region, we have GHOne FM. For our digital platforms, we have starfm.com.gh, kasapafmonline.com, and of course, our social media assets. Today, we celebrate excellence in sports. Volleyball is more than a game. It is a masterclass in precision, unity, resilience, and strategy. Every serve, every set, every dive, and every strike reminds us that greatness is never a solo act. It is the product of preparation, coordination, and courage. Today, we honor not only the athletes on this court, but the countless hours of practice, the early morning drills, the late night training, and the unwavering belief that champions are made long before they are crowned. Indeed, as we have all come to believe, EIB is deeply committed to sports development. At EIB Network, we believe sports is a powerful force for community building, youth development. It is a national pride and also for social transformation. Sports teaches us discipline. It helps us build character and to also create opportunities. This is why we will continue to support platforms such as the SVC that spotlight young talent, amplify sports journalism, and also celebrate stories that inspire the next generation of Ghanaian champions. Volleyball teaches us that the ball is always moving, so you must move with it. A win is never accidental, but it is intentional. Also with volleyball, we get to know that no one rises alone, but every point is a team effort. These lessons are not just for the court here today, but these are lessons for leadership, for nation building, and for life itself. To the organizers of this Super Volleyball Championship, Kratos SE, we say congratulations for putting together a tournament that uplifts the sport and provides a platform for Ghana's finest talents to shine. Of course, for the rest of Africa as well. And to the athletes we have today, we are saying you are the reason that we are gathered here. Your passion is energizing us, your discipline is inspiring us, and your determination reminds us that excellence is a choice we make every day. Whether you win or lose today, you stand already as examples of commitment and courage. And to all competitors, as you step on this court, remember, champions are not defined by the trophies they hold, but the heart they bring to the game. So play with focus, play with fire, play with your heart, and above all, enjoy every moment of today's game. Let this championship be a celebration of strength, unity, talent, and the bright future of volleyball in Ghana. At this juncture, I want to once again congratulate Kratos SC for putting this together. I want to congratulate the support of the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, and to also acknowledge our sponsors, SAC, Jata Cement, Japan Motors, NASCO, Red Bull, the Matchbox, Graphics, and Soccer Bet. Now, on behalf of EIB Network, I wish every team the best. May the games be exciting, fair, competitive, and unforgettable. Ladies and gentlemen, with joy and great honor, I officially welcome you to the Super Volleyball Championship 2025. Now let the games begin.
Thank you. So, Madam, you know duly, when you set the ball the right way and say let the games begin, in football, I'll give you a ball to kick. Now, because it's volleyball, would I be fair to give you a ball to spike? Or we do it later, off cameras? Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause one more time for Nanaya Sapon. Now, we are going to take a few remarks from Brigadier General Kwabia Williams, Director of Operations and Training. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him as he joins us here. Brigadier General Kwabia Williams, Director of Operations and Training. And while he comes, please, again, this championship is made possible by the kind sponsorship of Jata Cement, Japan Motors, Pella Mineral Water, Red Bull, NASCO, Soccer Bet, the Meal Box, and Graphics. It is also supported by the Ministry of Sport and the Ghana Volleyball Federation, as well as the Ghana Sports Authority. I beg your pardon. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause one more time for Brigadier General.
Thank you, Mr. MC. I think it's important to stand on the existing protocol and to go straight to my message. I bring you warm greetings from the Chief of the Army Staff, who has asked me to represent him. The Chief of the Army Staff himself is a sports enthusiast, and he's been following your activities very keenly. Distinguished guests, it's a pride and honor to stand before you today as part of the opening ceremony of the Super Volleyball Championship here. I thank the Ghana Volleyball Federation and the organizers of this championship for this invitation. I also want to use this opportunity to welcome everyone present. A special welcome goes to the teams, especially those coming from the Republic of Benin and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I urge you to play with passion and exhibit professionalism. I admonish you to show respect to the teams. Listen to your coaches to avoid sanctions. Ladies and gentlemen, discipline is very important in the area of sports. Follow the rules and display good sportsmanship. As volleyball players, you need discipline to adhere to rules and regulations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to commend the organizers of this event, which is aimed at promoting volleyball to the highest level. Your dedication and commitment throughout the planning and preparation process has ensured that this championship has become a reality. To our dependable sponsors, I also want to thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, let us play hard, let's play fair, and let's have fun. Thank you.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Brigadier General. Now, the final remarks is going to be from my big brother and boss, Dr. Austin Lugutera, Director for the University of Ghana Sport and Wellness Directorate. A round of applause for him.
Good evening, everyone. And I stand on existing protocol to give my remarks. On behalf of Ghana Volleyball Federation, I welcome all of you here. We are super excited that we are seeing the 4th edition of the Super Volleyball. We are also excited that for the first time we are seeing foreign clubs here, and that is adding an icing to the cake. I take this opportunity to thank all the officiating officials, participating team, and everybody who is here to add up to value, to see to the success of the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the ball flying, and let's see the spikes. Thank you so much.
Let's see the balls flying, says Dr. Austin Lugutera. Applause one more time for him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, serenading us with some good music will be the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band. But just before they come, we will do honors for the French-speaking countries in the house by taking a 2-minute interpretation for my wonderful friend. Please clap for her.
Bonsoir, messieurs et mesdames. Bienvenue aux Jeux de volleyball, Super Volleyball Championship 2025. Nos amis de la République du Bénin et du Nigeria, aussi du Ghana, soyez tous la bienvenue. Nos représentants du ministère du sport et aussi tous les représentants ici vous souhaitent tous la bienvenue. Nous vous conseillons de venir participer au jeu, vivre le jeu et que le gagnant gagne. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. And in case you speak English and you didn't understand, she said thank you. That is all she said. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your listening sensation, I give you the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have the presence of the Minister for Sport and Recreation of the Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, please, with a resounding clap, help me welcome the presence of Honorable Kofi Idi Adams. Now we invite the Honorable Minister to share a few words and message with us. But as he comes, again, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors, Jata Cement, Japan Motors, Perla Mineral Water, Red Bull, NASCO, Soccerbet, the Meal Box, and Graphics. Also, we are supported by the National Sport Authority, Ghana Volleyball Federation, and of course, the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Please, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, even as we receive the Minister of Sport and Recreation.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. First and foremost, let me apologize for joining you a little bit late, but there's a saying that it's better late than never. As I promised a few months ago, that every sport will be given the needed attention and the needed presence. No matter how busy and tight our schedule is, no matter how small or large the purse is, every sport will be given the needed attention. I indicated so, and just last week, on Thursday, when the Minister for Finance presented the budget statement to Parliament on behalf of His Excellency the President, sports in general was given its mention, not only football. Yesterday, we had the honor of joining SWAG to celebrate their Golden Jubilee. The event was held at the International Conference Center. Her Excellency, the Vice President, represented His Excellency, the President. Again, sports in general was spoken about, and volleyball was given its right of place. I have promised that in our infrastructure development at the district and zonal level, we are going to have multi-purpose courts. Courts that will be designed for you to play tennis on, volleyball, basketball, and even what? Handball will all be played on it. We want to give this opportunity at the foundational level. We want to give opportunity to every child to develop his or her talents. My presence here today, despite a very, very tight schedule, is an indication of government's commitment to supporting every sport, including volleyball. I wish on behalf of His Excellency the President and on my own behalf to welcome all our participating teams who came from outside of Ghana, i.e. from Benin and Nigeria. Your presence here with us to partake in this activity has made it look more international than it would have been and has added color to it. Let me particularly thank the organizers and the leadership of Volleyball Federation in this country that you have done so well in putting this event together. There were challenges, but you rode through, and today we have this. To our sponsors, without you, we will not be here today. Your continuous support of sports considered to be what? Less known. They are not less known. It is because we don't pay attention to them. Now we must pay attention to them. And I know when we pay attention to them, you will rival those ones that are described as heavily known sports. Special mention, I believe, will go to the media houses that are covering. But we want to thank GHOne especially for special attention that you have given to less known sports. I saw you when the arm wrestling did their project. Today, I am seeing you here again when volleyball is having its event. I wish to specially thank you for what you are doing for these sports. And I know tomorrow, when it becomes the bigger and the well-known sport, your name will not be hidden. It will be spelled in gold. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody being here, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
So just before I let go of you, Mr. Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I think the minister has duly acknowledged everybody playing a role in sport. But I want us to also give a resounding clap for the honorable minister here. No matter how small the function or event, he is always present to make sure that every sport is given equal opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Minister of Sport and Recreation for the Republic. Now, before I make you go, we have some awards we want to present to the participating teams, and we'll be more than honored to have you do it for us. Now, to start off with the Ghana Navy. A rep from the Ghana Navy. If you can't be here, please be here and receive the award for us. A rep of Ghana Navy. So this participation award is presented to Ghana Navy in recognition of your commitment, teamwork, and sportsmanship during the Super Volleyball Championship 2025. We know you are going to do it, so we duly acknowledge you. And also your passion, effort, and dedication have contributed immensely to the spirit of success of this year's championship. Thank you, and keep the game alive and inspiring excellence in volleyball. Thank you, Ghana Navy. Now, can we have a rep from Elwak Winks? Elwak Winks. A rep also from Ghana Air Force. If you can have a rep from Ghana Air Force, please join us here as well. Nigeria Customs. A rep from Nigeria Customs. Elwak Winks. Nigeria Customs, Ghana Air Force, All Stars from Benin, a rep from All Stars from Benin. Ghana Police. Shall we have a rep from Ghana Police? Nigeria Customs. A round of applause for the Nigerians. Ghana Police is also here. All Stars from Benin. A rep from All Stars from Benin. Calibi VC. A rep from Calibi VC. A rep from Ghana Immigration. Calibi VC. Ghana Army. And finally, a rep from Ghana Immigration. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the participating teams. And also a resounding round of applause for the Honorable Minister and entourage. Thank you very much, sir. Now we are going to have a dance performance from the famous players. Just before we get them here, DJ, please give us some music just before we have the famous players.
Grace, grace, I see your grace. Pouring on my life. Thank God for his grace. Steady on the ride. Blessing me for days. No use me play. My life is great. I am ready. Blessings pouring. Blessings falling.
Personally. Personally, I rock your body. I promise you go home, you won't tell daddy. I get
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See them around, go hide for the tights, gonna, we know the shake mana, we know the fear wanna, they know the see say we know be in for that, wanna, them all are informants, Kalika, if I the dance and the just manica, okay with the caterpillar, you go see one day we go 10 to killer, Kalika, if I the dance and the just manica, okay with the caterpillar, you go see one day we go 10 to killer,
live here at the Borteyman Sports Complex. Listen, what is happening here, you need to be here. Whatever we're seeing here has to do with recreation, because if you talk of dancing, it's a form of recreation. So obviously, you had a sector minister talking about the fact that, I mean, the sports fund will be released soon, and a lot of these disciplines will be captured. And it's important that he's here to rephrase this for us all to know that this is indeed what, I mean, we are in for. And for me, Atom, I believe that we are in for a spectacle this year when it comes to the SVC Super Volleyball Championship.
Yeah, I quite remember when the president was renaming or making adjustment to the ministry. He said that sports will be accompanied by recreation, because he found out that there was a gap between recreation and sports. And I'm really happy of what is happening here. You could hear the sound and people making noise, not because there is a spike, but because there is entertainment being fused with sports. I think it's really good, and I'm foreseeing that maybe there'll be a time where we'll have to inculcate where they're having these big jams where the sports. So I think big ups to the sports and recreation minister for even reiterating that there need for us to add recreation to sports.
And importantly also, I think we need to let viewers understand that they can make their way here to the Borteyman Sports Complex. Then they get to understand that, okay, this is what is happening today. And I believe Kratos SC, that really stands for sports and entertainment, is doing so great by putting this thing up, getting dancers to come and be part of this one. But the most important thing are the games that are coming up, the pairings that have been held. And the first game that went, we saw that it ended 3-1 in favor of the, Air Force team. And so, don't know what they have up their sleeves in the second game when it comes to the men. I believe it's going to go the full haul this evening.
If you remember, with the Army, they managed to lose to Air Force in the Gava League. And according to their coach, that's W. Alasan, he said they will maneuver and get a third time over them. But guess what? In the first game, it turned out that they lost by 3-1 to Ghana Army. So I'm believing that it is going to be exciting. And according to the coach of Ghana Army, that is Asante, he said he couldn't sleep yesterday. He had to critically look at the team Ghana Air Force and look at what they can do. Build up a lot of people to stop the blocks from Ghana Air Force, and that worked. So I think it is really good. And let's see what the men also have for us. Who knows, maybe they can recreate the same script as the ladies did.
So if you're just joining us, it's the live coverage of the SAC Super Volleyball Championship here inside Borteyman Sports Complex. And importantly, the first game is gone. We saw the Army women winning by 3-1 over Air Force. And then also, the game coming up pretty shortly is the men one. And it's going to be a cracker. For your information, though the Army team are coming in as winners of the just ended Gava League, there's a lot also that the Air Force has up their sleeves.
Exactly. I remember when they were playing the Tour the Accra, these two teams met, and Ghana Air Force managed to beat them in a quarterfinals, and they went on to win the men category. So it's going to be interesting. Gava League champions against the Tour the Accra champions. And GHOne, you don't want to miss this. And these are coaches that have played, even because remember, these coaches handle both male and female. So Asante's